Hello, I'm Tiffany Rudd, Convention and Event Director at IASB. We're so looking forward to seeing you at our upcoming convention, November 16th through 18th. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to one of our keynoters who will be speaking on Thursday, November 17th, Cindy Solomon. Thanks so much for joining us today. Welcome, Cindy.
Thanks so much, Tiffany. I'm glad to be here.
Fantastic. I'm so glad to introduce you to our members today because at our convention, you'll be speaking on a really fascinating topic, courageous leadership. Can you please share with us a little bit about your background and how you determined that courage is an effective leadership trait?
Well, you bet. I consider myself a recovering corporate executive. I ran a very large organization in a Fortune 50 before I left my corporate career. And I worked with a ton of leaders who were terrible, frankly. And I worked with a few leaders who were amazing. And when I left corporate America, I decided that I wanted to understand how we could teach more people to be fantastic leaders. And it started me down this amazing path, kind of an accidental research project, where we've now interviewed over 9,000 people to understand what that key differentiator is for people to go from being a mediocre leader or a good leader to a great leader. And it all boiled down to courage. And I'm going to be spending a lot of time talking with your members on that topic when we're together.
That's fantastic. Given your expertise in that area, why is courageous leadership so important for school board members and education leaders given our current environment?
Oh my gosh. I mean, how can it not be one of the most important things given our current environment, right? I have such a very cursory understanding of how difficult it must be to juggle the needs of so many different constituencies. And as a parent myself, I know the power and the responsibility that school boards and superintendents have, really frankly, for our entire future. I mean, there's no way to look at what's happened in the past several years and not realize that the more school boards and school superintendents can come together and build the young adults and adults that we need to address this crazy unknown future that we're living in right now. You know, if I can give a little bit of insight and information to everybody about how we can build our own personal courage in order to address those needs for the future, then my work there will be done.
I love that. That's exactly why we invited you to come speak at our convention event. You're obviously quite passionate about this area, from personal courage, and beyond. And that's something we are really excited to having as part of our convention keynote lineup. With that, what is it that has you excited to speak to our members in November, especially related to their work supporting students?
Well, I think that, I can't imagine the burden of that responsibility, honestly. School boards are trying to bring their own passions and their own opinions to the table. They're trying to listen and understand the opinions of parents and the opinions of students, and all working within the constraints of our educational systems and budgets and all those horrible business things that we have to think about as we're dealing within, these huge educational systems. And I think what gets me excited about talking to this group is I think understanding how all of us are courageous leaders already, but it's really being courageous is not about the big things. It's generally not about the huge fights. Being courageous is really about the everyday actions we can each take to maybe put our own opinions aside and listen to others. Be open-minded to new ways of looking at things and doing things. Being able to create curriculum that maybe we don't all necessarily agree with down to the letter, but it will help us create students who are open-minded, who are innovative, who are honest, who have integrity, who are willing to look at new solutions to problems that we can't even imagine today. And I think for all of us, Everybody who's attending this is successful. That's why they're on school boards. That's why they're superintendents. And it's really easy not to change when you're successful. But it takes so much more courage to change when you're already successful in order to create students and educational systems and young adults and adults that can address what quite possibly will be these gigantic new problems in the future that we haven't even thought about. And boy, if that doesn't take courage, I don't know what does.
That's amazing. Well, Cindy, we can't wait to hear your extra insights and perspectives during your keynote speech and also your breakout session at our convention. We're so excited to learn from your expertise.